never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tie me to someone who will love me, yeah. Wait, I think I'll last a bit longer. Find another.
Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd family a part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. I've got some thoughts on college football coming up here in a few minutes. We'll talk about the NFL tomorrow, since there is one more game this week, and that of course will be tonight's Monday night football game when Russell Wilson makes his return to Seattle as the new starting quarterback for the Denver Broncos. And you'll also get to hear the brand new Monday Night Football announced team tonight. So we'll talk some NFL tomorrow, because that way the week will be complete after tonight's Monday Night Football game. But before I talk about college football, I want to give you a quick weekly Braves review. The Braves were actually in first place over the weekend for less than 24 hours in the National League East, because when the weekend started on Friday, they were a half a game behind the Mets. But on Friday, the Braves won and the Mets lost. So when they woke up Saturday morning, they were in first place, but the Braves lost Saturday and Sunday, and the Mets won Saturday and Sunday. So now they're 1.5 games back in the National League East. They were actually leading yesterday, going to the bottom of the ninth, because they scored 5 runs in the top of the ninth to go up 7-6. And then Kenley Jansen blowed his 7th save of the season. So the Braves are in dire need of a new closer. They need to go ahead and let Raisel Iglesias try it, because they traded for him from the Angels about a month ago, and he's been great since the Braves got him, and he needs to go ahead and give it a shot. I know he's normally a setup man, but the Braves have no closer because Jansen's done. So I say give the man a chance. But the Braves are back in action tonight. They play the Giants tonight through Wednesday, off on Thursday, and then they're back in action on Friday night when they play the Philadelphia Phillies Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I still say the National League East race between the Braves and the Mets will come down to the last week of the season. But again, I feel like whoever does not win the division will win a wild card, barring some kind of late season, absolute, total, complete collapse. On to some NASCAR from yesterday, race number 2 in the chase for the 2022 NASCAR Race to the Chase. And of course, there's a rumor going around that tomorrow, on Tuesday, there will be an official announcement that Kyle Busch is going to Richard Childress Racing. So of course, I will become a fan of Richard Childress Racing, only because that's where Kyle Busch will be. Of course, right now, Richard Childress Racing is only a 2-car team, with Austin Dillon driving the 3-car and Tyler Reddick driving the 8-car. But we know Tyler Reddick has signed with another team starting in 2024. So I don't know if they'll have 3 cars next year only, or if they'll go ahead and work out some kind of deal to get Tyler Reddick out of that seat a year early and put Kyle Busch in the 8 car. But it's sad that the only current NASCAR driver with more than one championship, he's the only current multi-championship driver, cannot find a sponsor. The reason is Kyle Busch used to be a complete jerk. He used to be a douchebag, and so many people just refuse to let go of the past. So his past still haunts him. So I don't know if Joe Gibbs will go ahead and put his grandson Ty in the 18 car or what they'll do. But that announcement supposedly is going to come out tomorrow. That rumor started over the weekend. But on to the race from yesterday. Darrell Wallace Jr. got the win. So now we've had 2 races in the playoffs and not a championship driver has won yet, because Darrell Wallace is not in the playoffs either. And of course last week Erik Jones won. He is not in the race for the chase. So we've had 2 new winners this season since the playoffs have started. Normally, once the playoffs start, if you win, you automatically advance to the next round. But so far, not a championship driver has won. Denny Hamlin comes home 2nd. Christopher Bell 3rd. Alex Bowman 4th. Martin Truex Jr. was 5th. 6 through 10, William Byron, Ross Chastain, Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney, and Daniel Suarez. This Saturday night, back in action, it's the Bass Pro Shops night race at Bristol on USA Saturday night. And when that race is complete, 4 drivers of the 16 drivers in the playoff hunt will be eliminated, and we'll be down to 12 starting the following weekend. And yesterday, the new AP Top 25 college football poll came out. I told you in yesterday's video, before the poll came out, what the top 10 should look like. And here's what it actually looks like. Georgia is the new #1 team. I'm not going to sit here and say that Georgia's the best team in America, because I'm not one of those people who already watches 1 or 2 weeks of football and I've already made my decision who the best team is, because things change on a weekly basis. But I will say they should be #1 right now. I said that yesterday. Alabama has no business being #1, as pitiful as they looked on Saturday. But Bama's 2, Ohio State 3, Michigan 4, Clemson 5, Oklahoma 6th, USC 7th, Oklahoma State 8th, Kentucky 9th, and Arkansas is 10th. Kentucky and Arkansas are both overrated. Kentucky jumped that high because they beat Florida, and we still have no idea how good or bad Florida's going to be. We're just assuming since they're Florida, they're going to be good. They may end up being a 6-6 football team, but because they're Florida, as of right now, that's a good win on Kentucky's resume. And in case you have not heard, Scott Frost was officially fired yesterday as the Nebraska head coach. His overall record at Nebraska was 16-31, which is absolutely pitiful. There's no other way to explain it except for it's pitiful. I feel kind of bad for him, not because he got fired, because he deserved it. He's been terrible. But for them to fire him after only 3 games, that pretty much tells you that going into the season, they had already decided if they didn't win 9 or 10 games, he was getting fired. But you look over their roster, there's just no way whatsoever they're going to go from a 3-win team to a 9-win team in 1 year with that roster. It's just not going to happen. So if they already had their mind made up that they were going to fire him unless they have a 9 or 10 win season, they should have went ahead and fired him last year, because common sense tell you that was not going to happen. But Scott Frost will eventually find a job somewhere else, because he was extremely successful at Central Florida before taking the Nebraska job. And I know we're only 2 weeks into the season, and of course Nebraska's played 3 games because they played in week 0. But I'll go ahead and say that more than likely, probably either today or tomorrow, you're already going to start hearing rumors about who their next coach is going to be, but to me, it's way too soon to already start talking about that. But I guarantee you it'll be out either today or tomorrow. Top 5 candidates for the next Nebraska head coach. It will happen, so go ahead and get ready for it. Any thoughts on any of this, please feel free to let me know. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. I met my wife at the glue factory where we both worked. We bonded immediately. And that wraps it up for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.